comprehensive news coverage for the University of San Francisco. This is News 35, your campus news and information leader.
Hi, and welcome to News 35. I'm Kate Elston. The USF community said a sad and early goodbye to one of its very own. John Miller, a USF alumnus and professor in the School of Business and Management, died suddenly on September 11th while playing basketball. He was 53. According to his obituary in the SF Chronicle last month, Miller was a devoted father to his children, loved to ski and golf, spent every summer in Maine with his family and friends, and prided himself on finally seeing the Red Sox win a World Series. Born in Minnesota, Miller received his undergraduate degree in New Hampshire and received his business administration master's degree from USF. He was a principal at St. Joseph's Elementary School and a USF professor for 18 years. He is survived by Jenny and Josh, his children, and by his partner Pamela Hayes. News 35 extends its thoughts and condolences to all of Miller's friends, family, colleagues, and students who knew him well. San Francisco Mayor Gavin Newsom was on the USF campus last month, giving a speech and addressing some student concerns about the city. Ashton Bothman has that story.
On September 17th, Mayor Gavin Newsom came to USF as part of the Davies Forum and delivered an informative and personable speech to a packed McLaren 250. He is currently up for re-election and spoke generally on a wide variety of topics. However, he did have a strong focus for his probable second term.
Well, I think that project would be rebuilding all public housing. I don't think there's anything more ennobling than that, more important than that. I kid you not, nothing, period.
Currently, over 20% of San Francisco families reside in public housing all over the city. When addressing the issue of public housing, Newsom gave some specific goals for the future that reflect what he has done the last 4 years. This includes Hope SF, which will be replacing Hope 6, a federal plan that Bush is looking to cut. Newsom said that this issue needs to become our first priority.
Never before we put more money into affordable housing. Never before have we been more aggressive in our inclusionary housing requirements and our redevelopment plans to provide more as it relates to concessions from developers. We're not going to wait till someone else gets in the White House. We've got to do something now. We've waited long enough. And again, I take some shared responsibility for waiting a little too long, but I'm glad we had the ingenuity to begin to address it.
Because of San Francisco's diversity and unique spirit, Newsom believes his administration can implement change.
It's not a city that abdicates responsibility. It's not a city that points fingers and assesses blame. We've moved beyond blame to now focusing on solutions. That the world looks to us and see that it's possible to live together, advance together, and to prosper together across our differences.
The students enjoyed Newsom's speech and his charisma. However, the topic of public housing left students questioning Hope SF.
I still am wondering what he's going to do with the people that who are leaving the housing in order to build new houses where they're going to live.
And one of the major critiques of Hope 6 is that it gives you funds to demolish and rebuild public housing, but there's an interim period in which these people don't have any place to go. And especially, in the Bay Area, that's not a problem that you can just pass by. So I don't know, I think that we really need to take risks on this. I'm not quite sure what that would be, but I think we really do need to start thinking outside the margins.
At a post-speech interview exclusive with News 35, Mayor Newsom explained Hope SF's plan.
What we're doing is looking to phase in the reconstruction of the housing. It's a one-to-one replacement guaranteed. If you're in a housing unit, you are guaranteed the right to come back to the new housing unit. In the interim, we want to make sure that people are not displaced, and we want to guarantee them an appropriate place to live during the construction phase. And again, one-to-one replacement. Not all cities do that, which is wrong. More affordable housing, more market rate housing, mix that housing together. Community centers, child care centers, economic opportunities for the redevelopment for residents, and long-term economic opportunities for residents after the construction phase is complete, reintegrating these pockets of poverty into the broader community.
I'm Ashton Bothman with News 35.
Now let's turn to Megan Robb with the campus construction update.
USF's construction team tackled the reconstruction of Kalmanovitz Hall and other projects this summer. Mike London, head of USF Construction, said that Lone Mountain North and Fromm Hall were both heavily remodeled, while other dorms were recarpeted and repainted. The University Center also underwent kitchen remodeling. Another noticeable change is the new entrance into Lone Mountain. London explained that the old entrance was not practical.
It was an obstacle course for wheelchair access, not very aesthetic, and it's a major thoroughfare for students. If you stand there and watch during the day, most people walk straight through to Wolf and Kettle. So between aesthetics, wheelchair access, and ADA issues, those were the primary reasons.
London also explained the reason for the new swipe card access to some of the dorm rooms.
The key system that has been in place for years is problematic. Students lose their keys. It's a cumbersome process. So the swipe card, where students are just carrying one card for food service or dorm room access or exterior door access, is the way we think is the best to go logistically.
So what about Kalmanovitz? London said the reconstruction is coming along according to plan. The workers are currently removing the windows and installing metal studs. Electrical and mechanical work on the building are underway, and the roof should be going on in a couple of weeks.
Perhaps in the November timeframe, you'll begin to see the three-story bridge take shape between Cal and Kalmanovitz.
An amphitheater in between Kalmanovitz Hall and Cowell Hall with historic arches donated from the D. Young Museum will provide a gathering place for students, complete with heated seating.
Is a soft heat. It's actually heats the concrete, so when you sit on it, it's nice and toasty. So on a colder day, you'll be able to sit outside and be comfortable.
London predicts the completion of Kalmanovitz Hall in August of 2008. London also said plans for a new science lab are in the works. I'm Megan Robb for News 35.
That's the news for the week. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.